K-pop Iceberg. So this is gonna be like one of the biggest conspiracies, like fan theories, for K-pop, I believe.
K-pop training is like army training. We're not holding guns, we're just holding microphones.
Let's
I
go
like to
straight
call
to tier
this
one.
first layer fanspiracies or K-spiracies. Here you will find your run-of-the-mill theories and urban legend in K-pop. These are popular theories that have circulated in the fandom for years. I'm going to go over this category pretty quick just because I already have videos fully
like I should know
dedicated
some
to
of
each one
these.
of these topics. This is
Probably
arguably
not a
the
lot,
most
though.
popular theory or inside joke within the K-pop fandom. It is believed that SM has cloned their idols. Does this sound very unreal? Yes, but the chance of it ever happening is never zero. The K-pop fandom likes to poke fun that Mark from NCT is a clone from SM because of how overworked he is due to his participation in several subunits. Not only is SM known to be a company with amazing vocals, but as well as their visuals.
Or maybe
How could
just
one get
works really
such
hard.
perfect visuals? Why? Crafting it yourself, molding them like a fine sculpture, or
Plastic
many
surgery.
of SM idols from 3rd to 4th generation
imagine.
have crazy resemblance to companies' previous idols. And when you put them side by side, you almost can't deny the resemblance. SM Entertainment is known for being one of those companies to stay ahead of the game in K-pop and continue to reinvent themselves. From high school werewolves from outer space with superpowers, to a boy group with infinite members, and recently, turning their newest girl group members into AIs. I wouldn't knock it if SM would have a secret lab in their basement, cranking out the perfect idols.
One thing I would hate about like K-pop is for it to turn fully AI. Like,
Sticking to
that
the
would be
SM
so
family,
bad. I feel like
we have Red Velvet used to distract the public from controversies
Like
and
just full
scandals
AI
in and out of
groups.
K-pop. The first instant happening was at the cusp of their debut. It was the year 2014. SM stocks were plummeting due to Jessica being kicked out of Girls' Generation, Chris and Luhan leaving EXO, and we can't forget Tan and Beckin's relationship getting exposed. It was rumored that Red Velvet's debut was pushed forward to distract from the blow the company was receiving.
okay.
2015, rumors of Tao and other EXO members leaving the group arose. Subsequently, Red Velvet releases Automatic and Ice Cream Cake. 2016, Tiffany from Girls' Generation is under fire for her Rising Flag scandal, and Super Junior's Kangin involved in a hit-and-run/DUI scandal. Thus, Red Velvet releases Russian Roulette.
Ooh,
2017,
interesting.
Tiffany, Soyeon, and Sooyoung from Girls' Generation leave SM, and Red Velvet come back with Peekaboo. The 7-year
That's
curse was a
interesting.
fan theory that stemmed from any given
7-year
K-pop
course.
group's contract length. Most idol contracts last from 5 to 7 years. This is when the idol is given the opportunity to either continue promoting with the current company and group, or leave. The so-called curse is explained that most groups cannot surpass 7 years without losing a member, lineup changes, or disbanding entirely.
Man, 7 is a lot though.
My Idol was an app that essentially let you virtually chat with
My
your favorite
Idol?
celebrities or idols. The only catch
I don't
is
think
that
I've
you
heard
really
about
are
this.
just messaging back and forth with a bot. The purpose of this
okay.
app was to make fans feel closer to their favorite celebrities. But the way it was set up made fans feel that it was a little too close for comfort. The app stirred up a lot of rumors for its questionable behavior and messages the AI system would learn and send back.
Yeah.
The more you interact with the app, the bot
Imagine they used like the new Chat GPT or Chat GPT 4 or whatever with this. That would
would
be
become
crazy.
smarter and learn how to react the way you want it by the teach function. When the app first released, fans from all sorts of fandoms were excited that such an app existed. My Idol gained a lot of traction through social
Creepy.
media from fans speaking highly
Not
of the
creepy
app
at all.
and sharing their sweet text exchanges and
Do not
overall
download.
positive experiences. However, suddenly, all of that started to change. Users of the app started posting their eerie and questionable messages that they were receiving through the app. What was once cute, playful, and sometimes flirtatious messages suddenly took a sinister turn. Some fans believe that these messages that were posted were fake,
What?
while others that are more familiar with AI said the bot learns by the conversation you exchange and display that behavior.
Oh my god.
Horror concepts, symbols, lyrics,
Illuminati.
anti-rituals, and more. K-pop idols
Bro,
have been
I
rumored to be
think Illuminati I would never look for Illuminati in K-pop. I feel like that's like probably the last place I would look for
involved in the secret
Illuminati.
society known as the Illuminati for years. People believe that
seems
there is
so
a
pure,
superior group of
I feel like.
individuals trying to control the world for money and power. It is believed that these companies are using these idols to brainwash
maybe
their
I'm wrong, I don't know.
fans into investing more of their money into them. Just like how easily BTS can sell products that they are seen using within seconds. Groups like BTS, Blackpink, 21, Big Bang, and even more have all been named to be involved in the secret society.
Interesting.
Many idols date.
Illuminati is more of
There's
like
no
a
doubt
Western
about
thing,
it.
isn't it?
The industry is full of
Dating.
talented and good-looking people, so of course it's not a reach. There is a theory that some idols that have been revealed are fake and a publicity stunt used to
Ooh.
distract the public, pretty similar to Red Velvet situation. Couples such as Baekhyun and Taeyeon, Kai and Jennie, and recently Jennie and G-Dragon are just a few who have been rumored to be used for media play. And while we're on the topic of dating,
Bro, I feel like Jennie's been
let's move
shipped
on
with
to the
everyone.
next tier. Continuing the topic of dating, we have the infamous Dispatch and dating rumors that link together. Dispatch is
play.
like the Korean version of TMZ. For my non-American viewers, a media outlet that reports on news and gossip. This company is infamously known for exposing idol couples and invading the privacy of many Korean celebrities.
Jesus.
Since 2008, the media outlet has been known to reveal celebrity couples each new year. It has become such an anticipated event that netizens go wild on social media, trying to find any hints or make up rumors on who could be next. There are a few fan theories that revolve around the media outlet. The first being that these companies will contact Dispatch to announce a couple to give their idol or group more exposure and get the
Oh,
public
that's
talking.
crazy.
The second theory is
That
Dispatch
theory is
and
crazy.
other media outlets hold on to these big stories to reveal at the perfect time, which some believe that they are used as a distraction to cover up big government scandals. This
Oh
is
my
a bit
God,
of a
bro.
reach, but the theory is out there. The third theory is the media outlet extorts money from these popular entertainment companies to not expose their idols, relationships, or scandals. Now, why would a dating rumor be considered so scandalous and harmful to the idol, you may be asking? Since the early years of K-pop, these idols are marketed as objects of desires. They outwardly display the image of someone relatable, friendly, and play off the boyfriend and girlfriend image for fan service. Companies believe that if
Yep.
these idols date, it will hurt the group's image by breaking the illusion that fans have made up, and in turn, hit them where it hurts, their wallets. They fear that the fans will stop supporting their groups by not buying their albums, merch, or attending events. Most pranks in K-pop are harmless, but there are a few that are
Pranks.
distasteful and have put these idols in intense and trauma-inducing situations. Simon from Dalmatians, Mommy from A-Pink, and Sunghoon from Zetskis have been victims of horrendous pranks for the sake of entertainment. Before his debut, Simon was on a show called Humiliating Flower Boys, also known
Oh my
as
God.
Shame Along the Handsome Men. This show was hosted by Epikai's Mitrajin, and the purpose of this show was to create insane and extreme situations to purposely humiliate handsome young men for, well, being handsome. I made an entire video on the show and its horrible pranks, so
That
check it
vi-
out after this video.
That show seems so
Simon,
creepy.
a trainee at the time, was told that he would be meeting with a professional musician. He met up with these men who he thought were there to drive him to his meeting. As soon as he entered the van, he was immediately blindfolded and threatened. He was in the van for 2 hours as they commuted to this destination at a remote location.
Bro, that's
There,
horrifying,
in the building,
actually.
they tied him up with rope and tape
Jeez.
and still kept the blindfold on him until a strange woman approached. This lady was pretending to be a sasang of his. She told him how much she loved him and touched him and made him profess his love to her. He was clearly uncomfortable and scared in the situation and complied with all her demands. The actress even forced
that a
him to
go-
kiss her and threatened him multiple times with dangerous objects and made him believe that she would kill him. He pled and begged to call his mom before she did anything to him. She then rolled him to the door.
That is
and there,
messed
the cameras and
up.
crew were revealed.
Bro,
Mommy from
nah.
A-Pink was on a show called Great Inheritance.
That's
she
a
was
lawsuit.
sent to get a health checkup for the show. The so-called prank is set in motion once Bummy sits in to receive her results. There, she is told that she only has 3 months to live. Naturally, she starts to get emotional and tries to comprehend
Bro,
the
that's
situation.
horrible. Oh my
Bummy is
God,
told
dude.
She works so much, so she should use her remaining days to spend with her family.
Nah, that's
the show
crazy.
asked her what she wanted to
If
do
these are not scripted, this is insane. Like, that should be illegal, I feel like.
with her remaining days, and she chose to work at her mom's shop to help.
Like, what if this wasn't scripted, and then she was told she has only like few weeks to live? What if she just like committed Sudoku? That's
Wow.
crazy.
Sunghoon from Zetskis was
That's
pulled into a
insane.
cruel prank when he was made to believe he shot one of his group members by accident. Sunghoon was made to believe he was shooting for a CF. In his scene, his member and best friend, mind you, Jiwon, is supposed to be paragliding and Sunghoon is supposed to shoot him down. Only, the prank was that the gun was really loaded and that he shot his member from the sky.
What do you mean it was
An
loaded?
emotional scene. Seeing Sunghoon immediately dash to Jiwon's side once he realized something was wrong. Seeing his member unresponsive, he is in panic and in tears. He carries his member to the ambulance and is in desperation asking for the on-site medics to save Jiwon's life.
No, this is horrible.
Moving down to the third tier,
what
here
the
we'll
hell?
focus on fan culture and the community. Fan wars have been around since the very beginning of K-pop.
That's so
K-pop
unhinged.
fandoms between first and second generation closely resemble mafia or gangs due to the extreme lengths they would go for their idols. They would often travel in big groups and would assert their dominance on smaller fandoms. It was even dangerous back then to claim a fandom in fear of your safety from rival fandoms. Some K-pop stans would even carry wooden paddles and pop other fandoms' balloons at concerts.
Oh,
One of
God.
the most infamous fan wars was between the fandoms of HOT and Zetskis. Before the wide access of the internet and distinct fandom
Yeah,
rich
I feel like a lot of these older ones was just insane.
light sticks we have today, the fandoms from first generation took these arguments and wars to the streets and wore clothing that matched the group's colors. These two fandoms were known to get into hardcore physical fights with
That's
each
insane.
other and were involved in the legendary rain fight. This was so well known that it was even recreated in the K-drama Reply 1997.
What?
Even the members of the group witnessed the fight firsthand. Tony from HOT recalled the infamous fight in an interview. Tony was asked why didn't he stop the fight. He said, "How could I stop it? I was busy running away to safety myself." Jidok added, "A fan ran up to me and yelled, 'Oppa, I won against 3 HOT fans.' Now that I look back on it, I think she was bleeding. I patted
Jeez.
her on the back and told her good job. Now, I would tell them not to do that, but at the time, I was proud of them." In 2011,
I mean, like, what do you do in that
B1A4 and
situation?
Shabbat made their debut. These two rookie groups performed. 2011, B1A4 and Dal Shabbat made their debut. These two rookie groups performed together at one of the end of the year award shows. Fans from both sides were upset with the intimate performance, and birds of fan were so toxic and insidious that it damaged both of the groups' reputations. Just weeks after the performance, Dal Shabbat said he was accused of not giving a fangirl a handshake and autograph and claimed she said, "Get back, crazy. I don't shake hands with country." Said he was upset to hear these rumors spreading and reached out to the
it's a
netizens
rumor?
online to try to stop spreading false information. And when doing so, she called out B1A4's fandom, Banas, accusing them to be the source. This obviously did not sit well with Banas, and they retaliated. Just shy of 2 weeks into the joint performance, it was time for the ISAC, also known as the Idol Star Athletic Championship, to commence. The ISAC is where multiple groups from different companies participate in different athletic events. Rumors had spawned that SETI would be targeted at the event and be egged. There were also plans to egg the group's car.
Whoa.
In 2019, SETI retold her experience. She claimed the hardest part of being in the industry was participating in ISAC because of what happened to her. After ISAC,
Some of these stories
the
are
rumors kept
insane.
spewing. The rumors of the members of Dal Shabbat's fandom, Darlings, were accused of assault and kidnapping members from B1A4 fandom, Banas. These rumors and accusations were so intense that the police had to get involved. After the investigation, the police released a statement. They concluded there weren't any disturbances or crimes committed during the Idol Star Athletic Championship. There was nothing out of the ordinary that occurred, nor there any reports of
Well, it's
such
just
behavior.
all online,
Dal
I
Shabbat's
guess.
company at the time, Happy Face Entertainment, also released a statement on the matter. The hateful rumors
I
have
actually
caused
feel
so much
horrible
pain
for
Dal
some of
Shabbat
these
members.
idols.
We hope the spread of these false rumors will end. However, this wasn't the end of terror for Dal Shabbat. After the statement was released, Banas hacked Dal Shabbat's fan site. The site was hard to navigate, with constant pop-ups, and had pictures of B1A4 with the text, "Why are you messing with us, Banas?" SETI,
Oof.
who was directly affected by the rumors, pled with netizens to stop making false rumors. "I am writing to say how deeply upset I am at the horrible rumors being spread about me. Please stop spreading these lies. They are not true. Please stop haunting celebrities with these harmful rumors." Banas kept pushing after SETI's plead and continued to engulf the group in endless rumors. SETI had to come out a second time to address the situation. After this post, the fan war slowly died down and is now a forgotten fandom war that most K-pop fans aren't even aware of today. Girls' Generation is arguably the biggest girl group of all time. With their immense popularity, official nation girl group title, and achievements, there will be a slew of haters in the sea of fans. In the early 2000s, Girls' Generation's fandom Soans and Super Junior's fandom Elves got themselves in a heated fan war similar between darlings and banas. SNSD member Taeyeon performed a comedy skit with Super Junior's Kangin. Taeyeon was accused of being rude to him even though she was just following her script. More intense rumors of Soan's carrying knives began to swirl in the K-pop community, and later, the rumors transformed that Soans were stabbing members of other fandoms and assaulting them. There was also an incident where these flags that Elves had for Super Junior were torn and they blamed it on Soans. Any move they made, any word they said, Girls' Generation were always in the wrong for some reason. In 2008, at the legendary Dream concert, occurred the legendary Black Ocean.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, I did see that.
No one is certain who organized this or planned the Black Ocean, but Elves were given the blame for it and were accused that this was payback for the torn flag. For those of you who don't know what a Black Ocean is, during a large-scale event where multiple groups perform, anti-fans of a group will turn off their light sticks and stand in silence to protest against a group. There are even occasions where the audience will even turn their backs to the stage and yell other groups' name to make matters worse. At the Dream concert, many boy group fans turned off their light sticks the second Girls' Generation went on stage. The only light sticks you can see in the crowd were of Soan's. The crowd even began yelling out Wonder Girl's name during the performance.
Oh.
On a program that documented this incident showed footage of other fandoms that day preparing for the Black Ocean. The anti-fans were excited to pull off such an event and explain in detail how it would go down. Tiara, another big girl group, were victims of multiple attempts at Black Oceans. Being engulfed in controversies of bullying allegations towards a former member at the time, Tiara had fallen from their ranks of being a beloved girl group to branded as bullies. Netizens claimed that Tiara were bullying their former member Hwayoung, and they were the reason she was kicked out of the group. While performing at the 2012 K-pop Natured Plus concert, Tiara were performing for the first time since the bullying accusations occurred. The audience turned off their light sticks in protest and started shouting out Hwayoung's name. The remaining fandom in the audience were in a fan chat battle with the anti-fans, trying to do the proper fan chant to cancel out the haters. Anti-fans tried once again to do another Black Ocean in 2013 at the SBS Gayo Daejung and at the 2013 Hallyu Dream concert. At the Dream concert, the group received what they call a 10-minute. This is pretty much the same thing as a Black Ocean. The audience turned off their light stick once again, but only this time, they also turned their backs to the stage and stood in silence. Soyeon, a former member of Tiara, spoke about this particular performance on Miss Back, a documentary and competition show. She revealed that Tiara were one of the first groups to receive a Black Ocean and how painful it was for her and her members. Produce 101 was a survival show that produced groups such as IOI, 101, IZ*ONE, and X*ONE. A survival show is a competition show where trainees and idols compete against each other to win a spot in the show's final lineup. The contestants would showcase their charisma, singing, rapping, and dancing abilities to win the audience's votes to propel them into the next round. On Produce 101, the show prided itself on not having a panel of judges, but instead, the final lineup would be decided by the votes of viewers. Allegations of voting manipulation followed shortly after the last episode of Produce X101 aired. Mnet released the final rankings online, and Knet noticed an unusual repetition of votes and irregularities that led them to investigate further. They discovered that every contestant's final vote count is a multiple of 7,494.442. In a voting pool as large as Produce 101, each individual's final vote count should mathematically vary from one contestant to the next. The possibility of all 20 finalists sharing a common denominator is near to impossible. On July 31st, the cybercrime investigation team raided the headquarters of CJEM.
Wow, they got everyone there.
The team retrieved an audio recording inside a phone belonging to one of the production staff members, amongst other pieces of evidence. According to the reports, the recordings allegedly contained talks that directly spoke of rigged votes. November 18, 2020, producer An Jun-young
that was like a huge thing, huh?
Were charged with fraud. An Jun-young was sentenced to 2 years in prison with a fine of 37 million won, while Kim Young-bum was sentenced to 1 year and 8 months The court revealed that producer An had already decided on the final lineup 2 days prior to the finale. The court also revealed the names of the trainees who fell victim to the ranking manipulation.
That was more serious than I thought it would be.
Is a former member of one of the first generation co-ed groups, Sharp, that was active
A lot of
during
these
the
are so
90s.
sad, you know, like these theories or the Iceberg. I feel like it's a very sad.
To the early 2000s. The singer has recounted over the years on her terrible and heartbreaking
Very sad things happen.
experiences she suffered under the hands of her former member, So Ji-young. The group was created for Ji-young. Her family was very wealthy and influential in the music industry at the time. Allegedly, Ji-young only wanted her friends to be a part of the group, but Lee Ji-hae made it to the final lineup for her talented vocals. Ji-hae's praised vocal skills fueled Ji-young's jealousy. She asked the company to kick out Ji-hae, but they refused because the group was already popular at the time and already established. Because she couldn't kick her out, this led to the torment of the
Bullying?
idol for the next 11 years. Yes,
Oh my God.
you heard me right.
11 years?
So Ji-young's mission was to make Lee Ji-hae's life a living hell.
Whoa.
The other members were aware of the bullying. Even member Jung Suk-hyun admitted to asking Ji-hae to endure the bullying for the sake of the group. There were accounts of name-calling, being outcasted from the group, to hair-pulling, and even physical fights. In 2002, the group was set to perform on a music show. In the elevator, the girls continued the feud. Ji-young began to talk to Ji-hae, dismissing honorifics to try to trigger the singer and cursing at her. This became the catapult that pushed Ji-hae to attack first, due to the anger and disrespect she felt. The assault did not just happen between the two young females. Allegedly, Jung's boyfriend at the time reportedly slapped Ji-hae during an argument and threatened the young singer. Even
Jeez.
Jung's mom got herself involved in a separate occasion. The company shortly announced the group's disbandment and held a press conference. The press conference was to, quote, clear up the situation. Allegedly, Jung tried to pay off a manager to lie, but he did not take the money and decided to air out all of Ji-young's dirty laundry and make it known that she was a bully. Over a decade later, one of the members, Jung Suk-hyun, gathered all the members together to reconcile. Allegedly, all was settled between the members after this meeting.
Very
April
toxic,
is
huh?
a girl group that has recently found themselves to be the focus of K-pop's recent bullying scandal. In late February of 2021, Hyunju's brother made a post online alleging the girl group bullied his sister out of the group. This caused her such trauma that she developed a panic disorder and attempted suicide. Now
Whoa.
these allegations came to light
See, now
during the
that's where it goes
2021 bullying
too
storm,
far.
where countless idols and actors were being accused of bullying and misconduct. Many allegations were being denied during this time, and netizens weren't sure what to think of April's case. There were allegations of teasing, tripping, stepping on feet, and outcasting Hyunju. According to the post, all the members participated in these actions besides two of the recent members. Allegedly, the manager also knew what was happening behind the scenes, but she looked past it because she was allegedly dating one of the April members. After months of hiatus, DSP Media released a statement stating Hyunju wanted to leave April to pursue an acting career. The idol later went on to join a survival show called The Unit. In her interview, she stated she left April due to a respiratory issue. This story was obviously
Interesting.
very different from what the media reported back when the idol first left, which left netizens raising an eyebrow. But if you watch any of my previous videos, company statements are often laced with lies and try to save face, and in some cases are known to create fake backstories for their idols and completely design their persona. So could this be the same thing that happened to Hyunju? The company
That'd be
that
even more
manages
crazy.
both April and Hyunju denied all the allegations in their initial statement. The company subsequently released a second statement regarding each allegation. They denied some allegations while trying to clear up others. Towards the end of the statement, DSP Media said they would be taking legal action against anyone spreading false rumors. We've talked about bullying, disrespect, and some mistreatment within K-pop group, but what happens when an idol is caught disrespecting their own fans or idols in the industry? Lee Hwa-young is a former SM trainee that participated on the survival show called Boys 24. An audio clip leaked online where Hwa-young degraded his fans, which caused an uproar of hurt fans.
What?
팬들한테 듣는 오빠는 족같대. 씨발. 타이틀 찰때 얼마나 짜증나는데.
I wonder what he's saying.
팬들 우리 공연 끝나고 팬들 손잡아주고 인사하는 거. 시발 맨날 7, 800명 하는데 진짜 토 나올 것 같아. 아가리에서 똥내나.
In the clip, he said, I like being called oppa. Not when I hear it from fans, though. I f***ing hate that. Yeah. It's so annoying when we do the high touch. You know, the high touch. Like when you hold hand and greet fans after the concert is over. Every day, I go through 700 to 800 people, and I feel
So,
like I'm
like,
going to puke. Their f***ing breasts smell like
Whoa.
Clearly, there was no way to come back from this, and no way the company could cover it up. He was removed from the
Jeez,
show
bro.
and kicked out of the group, and CGENM released a statement.
So ungrateful,
According
man.
to the statement, they gave him a chance to redeem himself. Since he was unable to, they permanently expelled him from Boys 24. First-generation idol Sunghoon from Zetskis has found himself in the middle of several controversies in the late years of his career. He's been accused of embezzling fan donations, sued by his fans because of it, accused of selling gifts fans gave him, accused of shoving and cursing a high school student, allegedly holding beauty pageants with his fans to find his ideal type, and last but not least, caught talking badly about his junior idols and specifically B2B. Just like BM from Card once said,
Some of you would be surprised your favorite stan bias might not be who you think they are.
Yeah.
Of course
Not
not.
trying
I mean,
to touch
that
your
goes
dreams,
with
but
everyone,
real.
you know, with all these like recent YouTuber scandals and streamers and yeah, just any idol, you know, or any artist or anyone that's like that you look up to. Not that you shouldn't, but you should be careful.
Get real.
concerts,
Should be
fan
careful
meets,
who you
and
look up
special
to.
events are all appropriate places where you have the opportunity to see and possibly be given the chance to meet your favorite idols. What happens if you can't make it to one of these events for any reason, or you simply cannot fathom any other person meeting or being with your idol besides you? As K-pop has been growing, so has the community and fan culture. But two groups that have always lurked in the shadows and denounced in the community were sasaengs and anti-fans. These two groups are known to be on the dark and obsessive side of the community. The most infamous sasaeng to exist was Kim Yo-shin, also went by Goddess Kim online and dubbed the idol killer by the media and netizens. Her story has been retold time and time again through different media outlets and fan accounts that her story and name is kind of like an urban legend in the K-pop community and has slowly lost the real
It's
story and
crazy.
information through its retellings. She was known to cause chaos and terror online by retelling her horrendous actions toward the idols and instill fear in multiple fandoms. Her alleged actions are as listed: adding superglue to orange juice and giving it to TVXQ's Yoonho, spiking BAP's Himchan's coffee with constipation medicine, serving B184's bottled hydrochloric acid, and giving benzene to Infinite L. In the
Whoa.
Yoonho situation, Kim Yo-shin claimed the crime as her own, but in fact, it was not her. The horrendous act was done by an anti-fan who broke into the broadcasting station. She directly handed him an orange juice with the note declaring her hatred toward the idol. Unfortunately, Yoonho did not see the note before consuming the poisonous orange juice and thought nothing of it because he thought she was a staff member. He began to vomit and was sent to the ER. The anti-fan turned herself in the next day when she saw reports in the news announcing they were searching for the culprit and checking CCTV. She
What?
claimed that she never expected Yoonho to drink the orange juice because she left the note next to it. Yoonho ended up not pressing charges on the anti-fan due to
Oh,
her
at least
age
he wasn't,
and decided to forgive her. However, this
you
did
know,
leave trauma for the
harmed.
idol and made him develop a panic disorder. He was traumatized by the incident and pushed himself to directly face it by forcing himself to drink 10 bottles of orange juice a day to get over his fear.
What?
The second account Kim Yo-shin took credit was BAP's Himchan's coffee with constipation medicine, oil, and benzene. The rumor spiraled when allegedly Yo-shin told friend A, and friend A told friend B, who then posted it on a Korean forum. Netizens claimed that the alleged incident happened during BAP's Warrior era. While performing on Music Bank, Himchan seemed to be sweating and struggling through this specific performance. The two other
Yeah,
accounts were rumors
I mean-
and never happened. On her blog,
Okay.
she claimed that her parents passed away in 2007 due to a car accident caused by sasaengs, who were following the boy group TVXQ after their concert. She declared that ever since then, she hated idols and bands and had decided to take
Whoa.
revenge on beloved idols. An investigation journalism program covered this mysterious individual to find her true identity. The infamous Goddess Kim made a blog post admitting her wrongs. The young student created this villainous origin story because she accidentally read an anti-fan blog and was curious and became one herself. I am an ordinary junior high student. I accidentally read the EXO anti-articles and became curious, so I started creating a blog and leaving anti-messages. I was excited because anti-fans encouraged me to do more. I can't actually buy hydrochloric acid. I will live like a human in the future. Netizens were relieved that this was all just a hoax, and these
Crazy.
idols were never in danger. But
Now this is getting
that they were
dark.
not angered. Many people were affected by these rumors and created unnecessary terror within the community. In this ongoing case, Nang from Twice has been the target of this German sasaeng. There are reports and news articles claiming that this sasaeng named Josh is a fan of Twice or solely of Nayeon. But this is not the case. Josh himself does not consider himself a fan at all and has pointed it out several times. He claimed that he accidentally came across one of her photos in 2016 and, in his words, fell in love. For years, this man obsessed over her and made multiple attempts to try to reach her online. In 2019, he decided to switch up his strategy and began to post videos on YouTube. In his first video, he made a video asking fans to get his video to Nayeon because he needed to get in contact with her. What made the video so much eerier, he found the exact spot where Nayeon filmed the V-Live 2 years prior.
Damn.
He further explained that he visited about 100 shops in the area, asking the employees if Nayeon ever visited those establishments. He then distributed notes to these employees to give to the idol. He was able to acquire private information regarding her family and her schedule, that Nayeon was going to be in Japan soon. He was able to book the same flight as the group from Japan to Korea. A
Did he
picture
get
of
on the
Twice's
same
Instagram
flight?
was posted on their official account. It read, "Please go home. Please stop. I'm begging you." This post caused concern in the fandom, and they were able to connect it to Josh. The post was then quickly deleted. In his YouTube video, he explained his side of the story. He said that one of the managers took the photo and posted it on the girl's behalf. He claimed he got up on the plane to give a letter to Nayeon and was immediately intercepted by her managers and flight staff. JYP released a statement on the matter that Nayeon was under police protection and ended it saying that they would be taking legal action. Josh did end up receiving a restraining order from JYP, but he persisted to make videos claiming that she wanted to see him because the restraining order was made by JYP and not Nayeon herself. There were alleged text conversations leaked that he claimed he would kill Nayeon if she secretly dated behind his back. He has become so consumed by his obsession and continues to make plans to go back to see her in Korea, especially in his most recent post being uploaded March 3rd, 2021. Other infamous sasaeng accounts were 2PM Taecyeon, who received a note written in menstrual blood saying, "You cannot live without me." Another account where female sasaengs shaved off all their hair, dressed in male clothing, and entered the men's restroom trying to take pictures of EXO in the bathroom. Multiple idols have been bombarded at airports, being grabbed, throwing things at them, having their hair pulled, in some cases, similar to Josh, board the same plane as them. Idols' social media accounts have also been hacked, their private information like phone numbers and addresses been illegally obtained, and so much more. There are even cases of alleged trainees, idols, celebrities, and managers being sasaengs that have worked all the way up to get closer to these idols. Eabon is a first-generation solo singer who gained popularity in the 90s. Eabon was well-versed in the entertainment industry. She was an actress, radio DJ, and MC for many programs. In 2020, Eabon was a guest on Kim So-mi's Did You Eat? During the program, she revealed the shocking details of her kidnapping in the 90s. After a long, exhausting day of filming, she was ready to head back home. Her manager left her unattended to heat up the car because there was only 20 minutes left of filming. As she headed down the stairs, she blacked out. The next morning, she woke up in an unfamiliar room. As she collected herself, she heard two unknown male voices in the distance. The next day, when I opened my eyes, I realized I wasn't in my room. I heard someone from the outside room ask, "Why did you bring her here and cause this mess?" Then I realized I had been kidnapped and that he may not want to harm me. I went outside the room and asked why they had kidnapped me. The kidnapper told me that his brother was a huge fan, so he went overboard for him. Realizing he was a fan, I asked him to show me around their neighborhood. They agreed and proceeded to show her around and even had a meal together.
Bro, that's like the nicest kidnapping ever. What the hell?
She was given a sports car as a proposal gift after the kidnapping, but she declined several times and ended it there.
This is the weirdest
behavior, trying to get idols to remember them by any means necessary.
Isn't that called the Stockholm Syndrome?
At the Angel Pride Music Festival, Girls' Generation were on stage performing when a strange man approached the stage and dragged Taeyeon in the middle of the performance.
Jeez.
Her member Sunny noticed Taeyeon's hand was no longer on her shoulder and turned around. In a split second, she was able to analyze the situation
Security.
and followed the pair. As soon as the song was over, her other members rushed to her side, trying to comprehend what just happened. The mysterious man's identity was later confirmed to be an ordinary university student. The event organizer issued an official apology and gave the buyers a full refund. In Tier
Damn.
5 is mostly focusing on the heavy mistreatment idols and trainees are forced to undergo. Kwon
Okay,
Gyo-jin is a former
mistreatment.
member of Bonus Baby that debuted in 2017 under Motto Entertainment. Yoo-jin was 15 when she began training under the company. She explained that being an idol was harder than she expected. She had damaged her vocal cords because she had to change the way she sang to fit the group's
Ooh.
image, and dancing didn't come to her easily. The girls got roughly 2 to 3 hours of sleep at night if they were lucky. They would be scared to even take a nap. The girls were practicing for long hours a day that they would be unable to leave the building unless they completed all their daily missions. They have to film
Daily
themselves
missions, huh?
dancing, and they could not leave until all the members were synchronized. And there were days when practice would bleed all the way up until the next day until 7 a.m. On the topic of weight, the company told the girls not to weigh more than 46 kilograms, aka 101 pounds, and would weigh the
Jeez.
girls almost every day, weighing them as soon as they arrived and towards the end of the day. There were days where they even had to step on the scale 10
Oh,
times
that
a
just
day.
messes up probably
Desperate
your
to fit
head.
the image her company wanted,
That's sad.
she would live off a packet of soy milk, taking 1 to 2 sips a day after exerting her body from training. It got to the point where the
Jeez.
company began restricting the
Wouldn't
girls
they
from
just,
even
like,
seeing their
faint?
families outside of the company in a way to control their appetite.
Right?
Yoo-jin
They
left
would
the
just
company
faint,
in
I feel like.
2018, and her group has
Like you're
been
not
on
getting enough
hiatus ever
nutrition in your
since.
body.
She is currently attending a music
Vitamin
academy and has
deficiencies.
changed her passion to becoming a music teacher instead. The East Light were a 6-member boy group under Media Line Entertainment. They debuted in 2016. In 2018, the public would become aware of the abuse the boys were suffering behind the scenes. The media received a leak that members were being abused both physically and verbally by the producer and CEO. The
Oh.
leader at the time, Isok Chol, held a press conference and shared the terrible, heart-shattering experience he, along his band members, suffered. The then 18-year-old stated the abuse started at the age of 13 or 14. As the leader of the East Light, and as one of the K-pop artists who lead the Korean culture, I could no longer tolerate the pain that our members were going through. We decided to hold a press conference in hopes of eliminating child abuse and violation of human rights in the
Jeez.
K-pop industry. From 2015 to 2017, the producer repeatedly made us get on the floor as he hit our butt with baseball bats and iron bars in the practice room or in the recording studio. He
Holy.
even threatened to kill us if we ever told
Whoa.
our parents. My brother was
Whoa.
locked in the recording studio, and the producer hit his head, thighs, arms, and butt so many times. His head had wounds and bruises. He's been traumatized
Is the
after all these
producer
threats
in,
and violence, and he is currently getting psychotherapy
jail?
treatment. His lawyer then spoke on their behalf and said the parents were unaware of the abuse up until they became aware of one incident. The company promised the parents that they would never do it again. Isok Chol's younger brother Hyun, who was also a part of the group, went to the company and CEO and told him about the abuse they were receiving from the producer. The company responded back by kicking him out of the group and company. Their parents were confused when they found out he was kicked out, and then pled with the boys to tell them everything that went on behind the scenes. Netizens and the media then found previous clips that alluded to the abuse. In a video on their YouTube page that is still up, mind you, there is a clip where 3 of the members are in frame, and one of the members can be heard off screen repeatedly saying it was a mistake, and you could hear they were being hit with something. The member then goes to turn the camera towards the member and manager, but the clip gets cut to a black screen that says this video was deleted at the request of the agency. Media Line
Whoa.
Entertainment issued an
Why
apology
would you
in
even post?
response. Media Line went on to terminate the remaining members' contracts, and the CEO and producer resigned from the company. The brothers said that they would be proceeding with filing a legal complaint and hope to end child abuse within K-pop. The CEO was sentenced to 8 months with 2 years of probation for aiding and abetting abuse, and the former
8
producer
months?
was sentenced to 1 year and 4 months. In 2019, 15-year-old Chaeyeon, a member of girl group Busters, was a host of a children's show called Tok Tok Bunny Honey. On a recording for the show, a fan cam of Chaeyeon caught the moment of Chaeyeon being punched by a cast member. In the video posted, you could see the young singer tug at the
What?
comedian to try and grab his attention.
Yo,
He
this guy's got
angrily turned
mental
around
issues.
and looked to be swinging his arm. Unfortunately, the camera was obscured, being covered by a second castmate, but
Like
you could
punch her
still
shoulder
hear
or
the alleged
something.
impact of the punch, followed by Chaeyeon rubbing her arm and trying to laugh it off, while the comedian still looked angered once he
Bro.
turned around.
That's messed up. See, like, that's the stuff I don't tolerate. Like, that guy is just ill.
This clip
He's
was
got
shared
some
all
anger
over
issues.
social media and went viral due to the gravity of the situation. Following the incident, her company addressed the issue in a statement. According to the statement, they confirmed with Chan that she was never hit and it was a joke that caused misunderstanding. This is in regards to the problematic live video of Tok Tok Bonihani. After checking with Chan, she confirmed it was a joke. There is a misunderstanding because the whole situation wasn't shown.
Then she wouldn't be holding her shoulder like that.
Chan appeared in the program for a long time, and the incident occurred because she was close to the cast. This joke crossed the line. However, the agency recognizes the severity of the actions and received a promise from the program that this will never happen again. The same day, the comedian aggressively tries to protest his innocence. Former members of BAP, Crayon Pop, Stellar, and EXO are just few of who have spoken on the unfair contracts they've signed and how the company would hold it over their heads
the
to prevent them
contracts.
from speaking out and complying with their demands. Crayon Pop's Wei and BAP's Jungkook have discussed that these contracts greatly benefit the companies while leaving scraps for the idols. It is common practice for idols to profit 30 to 40%, while the company pockets the remaining 60 to 70%. There are also cases where these idols have to use their own income to pay off housing accommodations because most of these companies won't provide it or split the cost 50-50. And we cannot forget the debt they must repay before they can even begin to earn an income. Most idols start off with a debt to the company. The company pays thousands of dollars to train, style, plastic.
I didn't know that. I thought like if a company hires you, that's like on them to make the money back from all of that, right? They put you in debt? Oh my god.
Surgery and produce music for these idols. So the first few years after debut, the idols do not receive a penny. There are even some contracts that do not allow the trainees to even have a part-time job, so they can solely focus on training or activities.
How are they supposed to
How do
live?
these idols and trainees survive if they aren't earning money and can't have a part-time job? Some idols are lucky enough to where their parents can support them financially, while others must take out loans. In Wei's case, she explained that her first payment she received went into
So you take out a loan from a bank to live, and then you have to pay a loan to the company for training and stuff?
back off her loans. Kyung, a former member of Stellar, claimed she made less than $10,000 for the 7 years she worked as a member of Stellar. Prince Mak, a former member of JJCC, claims in an interview that he made an estimate of $1 to $2 a day as an idol. The members of BAP reportedly made 17,000
Damn.
USD after 3 years of activities.
What?
A former member of M Black, also touched on the subject of income on his YouTube channel. He explained that the contract and income vary
Might as
from
well
member
work
to
in
member,
McDonald's.
so he can only speak on his personal earnings. Being from a rather popular boy group at the time, we are able to
I
see
guess
the
you get the
perspective
fame.
of what a
I don't
popular
know.
boy group member estimated income might look like. In the beginning, he made roughly 12,000 USD. When they began to get more popular, the group did more events and variety shows, and they became super busy. With this in mind, he figured he would make far more income. Turns out, the contract he signed stated that the company takes all the money from those type of events, and he would not be receiving any earnings from those activities.
Oh,
With M Black's album
no.
Y, he made roughly 42,000 USD. Becoming an idol is a
in
high-risk
3
career
years?
move. These young individuals burn their youth exerting their bodies for a 1% chance of success. They are constantly training and do not have time to
I
sleep.
have no idea
Most
about
of these
that.
trainees
I had no idea about the like. I did look into like how much some of the more popular idols make, and it did seem kind of low to me. Compared to like the numbers they're making, and compared to like I don't know musicians in the West. But that, I didn't know about that. I
start
guess
from
it's
the
all in
ages
the
of preteen,
contracts, huh?
and in some cases even younger.
They
Some of
always
these kids even
will
drop
make
out of
money on
school
top of
to
you.
focus on training and idol life.
2년간의 연습생 생활을 하면서 진짜 학교도 못 가고 다 포기를 했는데 사실 원하는 걸 못 이룬
Yeah, and
In
if
case
you
your
fail,
group is lucky enough to even pass its first year, the longevity of a K-pop group is really only 5 to 7 years before disbanding.
yeah.
If you do not make it in the industry, these idols have to fend for themselves and try to fit in the society that they are unfamiliar with and struggle finding jobs because of the lack of experience. Idols such as EXID's Hyeren and Stellar's Gayung work part-time jobs at a cafe and restaurant after leaving the industry or taking time off. These idols are forced
Might as
to
well
work
go
through
solo
terrible
then.
health conditions, disregarding doctor's notes. There are several accounts of idols fainting on stage due to numerous reasons such as
Yeah.
extreme dieting, exhaustion, injuries, and so much more. There are
You
so
literally
many
just
fan cams of
faint.
this happening on stage that there are
Oh,
even
God.
compilation videos you can find online.
Oh jeez.
During BAP's lawsuit, revelations were made. The boy group had to perform under extreme health conditions. BAP claimed that they were working under a slave contract. If one of the members missed any activity for any reason, health concern or other, they were expected to make up for the lost schedule as soon as possible, even if they were injured. The members further explained that the company would
It is a
disregard their
slave
doctor's
contract.
orders and threaten the members that they would take legal action if they did not participate in activities. There were several occasions where the members are even seen pushing through exhaustion, injuries, and sickness on stage. When the members were injured, all the medical expenses were covered by the parents and not the company.
Oh my.
In 2020, reports of a staff member slapping a member of girl group Fanatics off camera was making rounds over social media.
This video
Four
is
of the
tough,
members were
man.
doing a V-Live on camera. They were wearing short skirts with the camera angle in a vulnerable position. Someone off camera, believed to be a member, handed the on-camera members hoodies and jackets so they could cover up their legs and feel a little
Bro.
bit more comfortable.
Why can't
In
they
the
just put the
background,
camera
you can hear a
higher?
male staff member approach the unknown female and say, "What are you doing covering their legs up? We're trying to show them. Why are you covering it? Are you stupid?"
Bro.
Followed by a slap. There's a long pause that happens,
What?
and two of the members immediately remove the jacket off their laps.
그래서 아시아추
맞아요.
아시아추가 아이스티 샷추가
진짜 맛있어요.
진짜 맛있어요. 저 하루에 꼭 2잔씩 먹어요.
뭔가 안 어울릴 것 같은데
근데 맞아,
진짜
맞아.
맛있어요.
진짜 맛있어요.
윤혜 학교장.
아니 근데 이거 오해하지 마세요. 입고 온 게 아니라 도희 언니는 또 할 게 있어서 가져온 거잖아요. 저 학교 장거는.
막 여기 좋은
Bro. You could even see it in the girls' like
In the video,
faces.
two of the members are present off camera, and it is shown that one of the members is wearing the same cardigan that the unknown female was wearing. It is believed that the person who handed the girls the jackets off camera was member Sika, and not a female staff member. The agency issued a statement after the matter. In 2012, shocking news of Open World Entertainment's 51-year-old CEO, Chang Suk-woo,
It is
and two
insane.
unidentified male idols under the company were arrested under disturbing and despicable allegations of female trainees in the company. Chang was known to be a former gang boss and nightclub owner. There were accounts dating back all the way to 2010 of the assaults and harassment these female trainees were suffering. Investigators interviewed dozens of female trainees, two of them being minors from the company. They concluded that the took place in the rehearsal room in the basement. The female trainees would be served spiked alcoholic drinks and be assaulted. The CEO
Jesus.
even coerced male members to participate in the
This is
some
sick,
being
bro.
minors themselves, and directed them via text on what to do and watched the CCTV footage from his office. Chung reportedly denied the allegations and called them exaggerated, only for him to confess to these accounts later on.
Bro. Nah, this is sick.
Former after-school member Yoo Soo-young has opened up about the several sexual harassment experiences she encountered while being active in the industry. The first being by the hands of her former CEO. The singer allegedly went to dinner with the CEO on the occasion of her signing with the label. When it was time to leave, the CEO offered to take her home. He hailed him a taxi and held her hand as soon as they got in. When she got out after the ride, he followed after her. He continued to hold her hand and profess his love to her, and told her that he would not let go of her hand until she accepted his feelings. She denied them and asked for their contract to be terminated. A second encounter was by her acting teacher. There was an acting teacher who told us to tuck our clothes into a shape of underwear and stand beside the male students with skin touching. When she refused, the acting teacher angrily replied, "Everyone else is doing it, so why can't you?" She continued to refuse, and she was told to leave the class. She claimed the acting teacher is still very active in the industry to this day. Yellow Bee was a girl group that debuted in 2017, and the lineup entirely changed in 2019. In 2020, the company, AD Entertainment, released a statement regarding the disbandment of the group. The company stated they were disbanding the group because of one of the members lived a promiscuous lifestyle in her private life. Fans of the group were in complete disbelief to the way the company announced the disbandment,
What?
publicly shaming one of their idols and putting the blame on her. One of the members, Adi, took to Instagram to refute the company's statement. In
Okay.
her long Instagram post, she detailed just a few examples of her and her members were forced to undergo. In her post, she detailed of sex and out from the managers and agency staff. There's one incident where a former manager said unbelievable things like,
Wow, this is
I'll give you a
insane.
baby, so let's go to a motel, and Daddy's seeking you out because he knows you. On a different occasion,
Bruh.
the members were asked to serve alcohol to people whom they said were investors. Furthermore, they were made to pay for their own costumes, shoes, and video editing themselves. In another incident, they were left at the airport to buy plane tickets for themselves and go to an event in Japan all by themselves. Their company released a statement addressing each issue brought up by Ari.
This video is actually really tough to watch. Like, I know there's like, you know, these contracts and stuff like that, but I didn't really know about all of this going on behind the scenes, you know. And we're not even that deep into the iceberg yet. We're still got quite a bit to go, but yeah.
Several accounts from idols who have spoken on the topic of sponsorships in the industry. These types of quote sponsorships are when wealthy individuals would either contact the company or idol and offer them money, gifts, and help secure roles and opportunities for special favors. These sort of situations commonly happen in smaller companies. Usually the staff or CEO will tell these young individuals that if a sponsor asks for them, they must do it. Former Tahiti member
What?
Jisoo revealed in 2016 through Instagram that she had been approached by this person who claimed to be a broker for sponsorship offers. He said he had multiple clients willing to pay. He told her that he had a client that was a big fan
Bro,
of
this
her
is
and
not
willing
even
to
like
pay
being
her
a K-pop
500
idol
to
at
2500
this
USD
point anymore.
to meet up with her. When she didn't respond, he messaged her back and upped the price to 1700 to 2500 USD. He promised she only had to meet with the client once and he would take her shopping and out to eat. His final offer was set at 3,300. She finally had enough with the constant messages and she posted them online and threatened to take legal action. Her agency took
Good.
legal action, but the case ended shortly after. The police found out that the IP address from the broker was from overseas. The police announced that they were unable to receive more information and were unable to track the culprit. On an episode of PD Note, a former trainee
All
revealed
paid
her
off.
experiences with sponsorships. We thought they were there to see the department head or the CEO, but they were there to pick amongst the trainees in person. They said if I meet with them twice a month, they would give me 5 million won, approximately 4,400. A separate account. I remember the day, a week before our music video shoot, our company CEO called the members into a regular bar. Even though we had underage members in the group, 3, including me, the owner didn't bother checking our IDs, but instead directed us to the room our CEO and 4 other men who we never saw before were sitting. The CEO introduced them as people who greatly helped us to debut. So we thanked them without any suspicion, but all of a sudden, one of the men pointed at one of our members and told her to pour his drink, saying the alcohol tasted better when it poured by a woman. Thinking back on it now, it was weird, but all we could think about at the time was that we were a team getting ready to debut, and everything could fall apart if something went wrong. The program also covered a male trainee's experience. As for me, an agency staff called me and said, "It's tough being a trainee, right? Come out for a minute, let's go out and eat." While we were eating, a new person will join us at the table. Rich married women usually sponsor us. They enjoy going to host bars. At first, she gave me an allowance. She gave me maybe 71 US dollars, then 89, then 177, and so on. Then she said, "I've contemplated about this a lot, but I'll send you some money," and she sent me 886 USD.
That's
At first, I
crazy.
was shocked. I kept asking, am I allowed to take it? What should I do? Am I really allowed to accept it? But then, hey, you have a lot to spend it on.
Yeah, that's
After 4
crazy.
months, she sent me a message that read, "I'm lonely
Crazy.
these days. Can you come over?" I responded, "But you have a husband." But then she said that her husband is on a work trip and that he won't be coming home today. They usually want skinship, or they ask for us to stay the night. I told her, "I don't think this is right. I know I accepted money from you, but this is wrong. I'm going to succeed and pay all of it back to you in the future, so please stop contacting me from now on." Then, she printed out all the receipts of our encounters and said, "I did this much for you, and now you're
Blackmailing?
betraying me? I think it's crazy too, but at the time you don't know that." Dalshabitseri also touched on the topic of sponsorships, that some of these companies usually play a huge part in these deals and often
These
take a cut of the
sponsorships, man.
money. These offers greatly affect rookie idols and trainees. There are cases where these young individuals who have dreams of becoming idols get tossed out if they do or don't comply. It's almost like a lose-lose situation. If you do accept the offer, people will eventually find out. If you don't do it, Your idol career is threatened before it even started because of how powerful these sponsors are.
That's crazy.
K-pop mainly caters to a young audience, but it doesn't mean that there is an age limit to liking the music or even being a fan of these groups. But there is a fine line in K-pop where we do find some bad apples in the bunch. There are some companies that even cater to these certain niche demographics with bad intentions. Thus brings us to the topic of uncle fans in K-pop. An uncle fan is a term coined for older male fans, usually from the ages 30 and up. The term uncle fan has negative connotations associated due to the age gap between the fans and idols. Let's make it clear,
I mean, that's...
not all uncle fans are bad. There are most who love the music and support these idols with no romantic feelings attached. But there are some that have dark desires. Just like how I explained earlier of these older men and women in power taking advantage of these young idols. Groups such as Girls' Generation, G-Friend, Twice, Lovelyz, Crayon Pop, and singer IU are all female acts popular amongst uncle fans. In 2017, there was a trend where female idols were being gifted baby pacifiers during fan meets by uncle fans. Yes, you heard me right, pacifiers.
Yeah, that's
There
just
was a
weird,
division
man.
amongst the fans, upset with these sort of gifts. Most felt that these pacifiers held darker intentions than just making these idols look cute. They believed that these uncle fans were forcing these idols to live out their fetishes and fantasies. The stereotype of uncle fans is that they like bright, innocent schoolgirl concepts. Uncle fans are not as commonly heard nowadays, and some believe it's due to the concept shift in K-pop, where most girl groups have switched to a girl crush, mature, and dark and edgy concept in recent years.
Interesting.
There are new groups debuting each year, and it looks like these idols are debuting younger and younger. This makes K-pop fans and netizens fear for these young individuals due to the terrible dark stories previous idols and trainees have spilled on the industry and what we've witnessed firsthand. Take into account Woyoung from IZ*ONE. Wonyoung and her label and groupmate Yoonjin participated on the survival show Produce 101. These two girls were some of the youngest to participate on the program and even got to debut in the final lineup. Wonyoung was 13 at the beginning of the show, and she was among some of the popular contestants, winning herself first place towards the end. One performance she did on the show didn't sit right with netizens, and it was her performance to Ariana Grande's Side to Side stage. Both her dance move and attires ensued an uproar in the community and caused huge controversy. Recently, a new girl group debuted under the name Cookie, where the members are ages 12 to 13. The announcement of their debut caused many netizens to raise an eyebrow due to the ages of these young girls. Netizens were naturally against the group's debut, protesting the members should enjoy their childhood.
Yeah,
Adult
like, come on,
Ceremony,
man.
also known
12?
as the Coming of Age Ceremony, is a song by Park Ji-yoon that came out in the year 2000. The song was her biggest hit, and at the age of 18, she became one of the pioneers of the K-pop sexy concept. The song and the culture behind the song is quite controversial due to the nature of the lyrics. The lyrics detail the story of a young girl who has just become of legal age and is ready to be deflowered by an older man that has been waiting for her to become of age. Shockingly enough, this song became a popular hit and has been covered by countless female idols and even male idols. It is almost like a tradition for these idols to perform the song as soon as they turn 18 in front of their fans, and is still going on today. The School of Performing
Tier
Arts,
6.
better known as SOPA, is a prestigious performing arts high school and known for having many famous idol alums. The school was under controversy when the students of the graduating class posted a performance video that revealed the corruption in the school and the degradation of their students.
Oh
The
no,
students claimed the
corruption.
school forced them
What's
to
new?
participate in out-of-school events such as private parties. They were also coerced into dancing with each other involving skinship. The students were told the night before that they would be performing at an event, which forced them to practice all night. If the students refused to participate in these events, the school staff would wrongfully punish these students by discriminating or disadvantaging them. There were also claims that were made that they had to pay for their own expenses for these events, while the school was banking tenfold on these performances. Especially during one occasion where the students performed in Japan and had to pay for their own flight tickets, when the school received 10,000 USD for this performance. The students were not informed about these purposes behind these events or the earnings.
I love
When any
corruption
of the
though.
kids would try to speak out against the unjust happening behind the
In
scenes,
these
the school would
icebergs.
threaten to take legal action against them. Subsequently, more issues were brought to light involving the students and faculty. Allegedly, the principal and his wife, the head of administration, would have the students perform at his private parties. They would also take female students to a military base to perform with revealing clothing, and in some cases, allegedly, the soldiers would try to touch their legs. After the performance, they were asked to hug and hold hands with these soldiers. Allegedly, the principal and his family also illegally renovated an entire
I
floor
love
of
how
the
she says
school
allegedly
used as
to
their
everything
personal
because it's
home.
just so like.
Following the video's
so bad.
virality, the police began their investigation and the principal stepped down from his position. Very recently, the K-pop community, and especially Once's, Twice's fandom, have been in the middle of a mass hysteria when reports of an alleged chat room run by a user under the alias American Guy used this chat room called the Slave Room to spread malicious rumors against the group. Allegedly, American Guy is a fan of a rival girl group of Twice. The purpose of these chat rooms was so he could take advantage of the haters of his favorite groups and fearlessly claim that he created a system that enslaved these haters. The users reportedly would find these hate comments under his favorite group videos or posts and would blackmail these individuals, leaving these comments into joining the slave room. The members in the chat room, some being minors as young as elementary school age, were monitored 24/7 and forced to write malicious comments under groups American Guy didn't like and leave positive comments under groups American Guy did like. There are also smaller chat rooms American Guy would monitor, divided 10 to 12 members per room, and reports claim that there was a total of 80 members in the group. If these members do enough, they would be promoted or be freed. American Guy took credit for multiple rumors and scandals against Twice. Not only Twice were victims of these alleged malicious attacks online, groups such as Mamamoo, Oh My Girl, Promise 9, and all active groups under JYP label were also attacked. He believed that he has done nothing wrong by creating these rooms and believed he will not receive any legal repercussions. The allegations and reports went viral and the K-pop community banded together to trend the hashtag #ProtectTwice. The investigation is currently in motion and there are no current updates as of yet.
Interesting.
The Burning Sun scandal shocked the masses. The scandal involves spy cams, sexual
I mean, this one is like
bribery,
so. It's one of the
and
biggest scandals, right?
distribution. This became an even bigger scandal due to the celebrities.
I gotta
tied to
do
the
a
crimes.
reaction to this,
The scandal
like
was
the
brought
whole
to light
story.
when a massive texts were leaked from a chat room dating back all the way to 2015 that incriminated several men in high positions. According to the reports, the texts were found on Jung Jun-young's phone, and there were several chat rooms that had a total of 23 members, with each individual's involvement varying. The nature of these chats included subjects of objectifying women, sharing secretly filmed videos, and others of drugging and assaulting women. Just about every individual's case are closed, besides former member Big Bang singers Seungri. Many articles were made claiming Seungri's involvement was much greater than it actually was, and he was used as one of the main focuses in the case. The singer was originally accused of providing prostitution services, embezzlement, sharing unconsented nude photos, illegal currency transactions, and more. Towards the end of March 2021, news broke that several witnesses claimed the police fabricated their statements and Seungri was not connected to their case. The singer's trial is currently going on and will continue this month as we speak. The gravity of this video was very extreme, and I appreciate you for making it to the end. Unfortunately, we cannot cover as many issues and stories that lie in the depths of the dark industry in one video.
In-depth
I want
video.
to quickly apologize for uploading this video late. Actually, really late. Just because it took me 3 weeks to compile and edit everything. What are your thoughts on the
Yeah,
Iceberg
great video
chart
though.
and any topic that I covered in this video?
But some of those,
Leave all your
some of
thoughts in
these
the
topics
comments down
were
below.
mind
And as
blowing.
always,